Hello, welcome to my videos. My name is Lloyd and I'm the principal of Tempo Dance. We're going to do, in this video, we are going to work on the actions of rumba walks. Now these are going to be based on progressive walks, which means that they're going to be going in the same direction. More than one are going to go in the same direction. I'm going to start by showing you the action used. I'm going to do it facing the camera and side on, so you get an idea of what you're looking for. Now I personally find that it helps if I take a back step first. That allows me to get into my hips, get all the actions working before I start taking the steps. So if I take back steps first, and then I'm going to start walking towards the camera to show you the action that you're aiming for. Okay? So I'm going to do that again. Just come back so you can see what I'm up to. I'm going to take my back step first, gets me into it nicely, and then we're going to be walking, continually walking in the same direction, letting the hips work and keeping the knees bent in places and straight in places wherever that action needs to be happening. Now I'm going to do the same thing sideways on, so you can see me sideways on, so you can get an idea of exactly how the legs are working. So we're going to take the back step, gets us into it, and then we're going to be taking continuous walks in the same direction. Okay, I'll come back to the other side so you can see it again. We're going to be stepping backwards, and then the forward walks start here, and we're going to be taking them in a nice, constant motion. Okay? Right, so if I break that down for you, we're going to start by, I'm going to knock the back step out because that's not part of the actual walk. That just allows me to get into it a bit better. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just work on the walk itself. So it doesn't matter which foot you use. It's the same for rumba and for cha-cha-cha. It's the same action on both sides. So whichever foot you're comfortable, a lot of people are more comfortable standing on one foot because they're a bit balanced better on one foot. Whatever foot you use is entirely up to you. You're going to be using both feet at one foot during the course of the session anyway. So we're going to start by standing fully on one foot. Okay, the heel of that foot is where the weight is felt most of it, and we're going to be starting by using the opposite foot, so the one you don't have any weight in at the moment. Now you can see that I've already got my knee flexed. Okay, so I'm going to continue to flex that knee, which brings me up onto the toe of the foot. Okay, my body is already starting to move forward a little bit because that's the direction I'm going to be going in, and I need that forward momentum. So from here, I'm going to be taking my moving foot. I'm going to take it forward. First of all, as you can see, it starts on the toe, then it comes down to the ball of the foot. Now this is where more of my body weight is going to go over the foot. Now it's quite important at this point to make sure that this stays under your hip. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to take this step down now, because if we take this and when we come across, the idea is that at the end of the step, we're going to be right over the ball of that foot. Now if we don't move this foot from underneath us, we're going to be too far forward, then we're going to topple over, so we won't be able to balance it. So when we've got to this position, we need to make sure that as we're taking our body weight over the top, this foot's going to move to a comfortable position so that when we get to here, we're nicely on balance. Okay, I'll show you that again. So we're going to start with a weight on our standing foot. Our free foot, the one that's going to be doing the action, going to be doing the moving, is going to be coming up onto the toe first. It's going to come forward, the knee's going to straighten as the foot starts to go down towards the floor. And then as you start to move the body weight forward, you take the foot a little bit further so you can stay on balance when you get over that toe. Okay, and then you're just going to roll the weight onto the front foot and settle. Okay, now you'll see that my weight is slightly in advance of where my body is. That allows me to be in the right place. My body's already started to move forward, so this back foot now, the one that's now the free foot, doesn't have any weight on it. It allows me to bring the foot through using the knee to pull the foot through, keeping it in nice contact with the floor on the toe of the foot. We're going to drop down into the ball of the foot as we did before, and then when we get to this point, the weight is going to continue to go forward because that's the direction we can continue to travel, and at that point the foot is going to move so that when we get there, we're nicely on balance again. Okay, and we're back pretty much to where we started, so again we can bring that right foot through, or the left if you're using the other foot. You're going to bring it down. As it comes down to the floor, the weight's going to go onto it, and as we do that, we're just going to let it slide so that we can settle onto it nicely. Okay, I'll just show you that again. So we're going to settle into the standing foot. We're going to bend the knee of the front of the moving foot. We're going to move it forward on the toe and then the ball. And as it starts to come down towards the floor, we've got a nice straight leg. That leg stays straight. As we walk onto it, we let the foot move into the correct position so that we can balance. And then we stay with that leg straight. Now this leg doesn't unlock until it starts to move again. So all the time you're standing on it, you need to make sure this leg is nice and straight. Okay? The back leg is going to come through, knee first. That's going to bring the foot through on the toe. As the knee straightens on the other end of the step, the heel's going to come down towards the floor. We come onto that step so that we're nice and balanced. And this is the point that that step that you were standing on, you're now off of it so the knee can bend. That gets ready to pull the foot through for the next step. Okay? And that's how we dance continuous forward walks in the same direction. All right? Give that a go. If you've got any issues with regards to questions or anything you want to ask me, do feel free to message me or comment on the video, and hopefully that will help you when you're practicing. Okay? Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.